So if you're comfortable starting like so, you'll start like so. You don't have to. If this isn't comfortable, just find a comfortable seated position. And you can use a block, or if you have a block or a blanket, to kind of give yourself a little cushion there if you need it. So you can hear me okay. Okay, and then we're just gonna start with our breath, inhaling and exhaling. And so your spine, you can have like a little, like almost like a little arch in your low back, and let your belly kind of fall forward a little bit, and that will help to kind of keep the heart rising and the spine lifting, the crown of the head lifting. And broadening the collarbones, feeling the shoulder blades to slide into the back and drop down gently. A few more breaths here. And then both arms are going to sweep up to the sky, nice and high, with the fingers, outer upper arms pressing inward, the triceps pressing in and wrapping toward the cheekbones, biceps pushing out and wrapping back behind you. So we're not going to touch the hands together. We're not going to touch the back of the body, and this will make sense in a moment. You're going to bend one elbow, you're going to bring the other hand behind. You're actually bending both elbows, and you're going to come around the other way. So you're not clasping, you're just taking this action of bending the elbows and bringing the hands behind you. So one hand is behind the upper back, maybe the other hand is below, maybe the upper back, but maybe the lower back. So it's not about getting the hands together. It's about the action here of moving through this. And you will have the opportunity for Gomukhasana arms later. So if your shoulders are tight, one of my shoulders is a little tighter than the other. If you have a towel or a strap, that will come in handy later, but don't worry, there's always a workaround, always. A couple more like that. Come through center, hands come down to the ground, shoulders over hands, hips above knees, pulling the heart, the head, the tailbone to the sky, dropping the belly down, and then exhaling, pushing the floor away, rounding the back. Inhale, extend, and exhale, flex the spine. Inhaling, and exhaling. Two more, inhale. Exhale. One more, inhale. And exhale. Neutral spine, tuck your toes, downward facing dog. Hips high, you can have a bend in the knees. Feel free to move around here, bending one knee, dropping into the opposite heel, letting the hips kind of sway if you want. And then find your center. Feel your hands pressing firmly into the ground. Good. Soften the heels down. Let the hips rise high. Really good. Stay in your breath. Keep breathing here. Then draw your right knee into your chest. Place your right foot forward. Put your left knee down. Pad your knee if you need to. And then rise up in the torso. So same arms you just had. So upper arms, outer, pressing in and wrapping forward. Inner upper arms, pressing out and wrapping back. And then if it's okay, you're gonna bend the left elbow. You're gonna bring your right hand to the elbow. You're gonna bring the hand behind your back, and we're gonna side bend over to your right. Come back up through center. Left hand to the ground, right hand to the sky. Tuck the back toes, straighten that back leg, and then just twisting open. Nice and gently. Beautiful. Energetically draw your feet toward each other. Use that bottom hand to really give yourself more extension to the top hand. Last breath in. Release your hand down, straighten the front leg, melt over your front leg any amount. Rebend the front leg, turn the back heel in, warrior two, up and around. Lift the hip of the front hip. So the front of the right hip lifts off of the thigh, balancing your waist, balancing the pelvis, and then extend the arms out. And then in the arms, it's the same energy as you have when you're here. Biceps push back, triceps press forward. And in that action, we're straightening the arms without hyperextending joints. Reverse warrior, up and back. One more breath in. Bring your hands around. Step back to plank. Inhale, chaturanga or the floor. Exhale. Upward facing dog or cobra. Downward facing dog. Press it up and back. Pause. And then left knee draws forward. Place your foot forward, back knee lowers down. Anjaneyasana, rising up. Strong arms. And then if it's okay, bend the right elbow. Take your left hand to the elbow, and then side bend over to your left. Yeah. Inhale, rise back up. Right hand down to the ground. Tuck the right toes and straighten your right leg to lift your left arm up to the sky. Give energy to both of your feet, to your bottom hand. So feel foundation points and then rising from those foundation points. Last inhale. Release your hand down. Straighten the front leg any amount. And then turn the back heel in, bend the front knee. Warrior two, bring it around. From biceps to triceps, triceps to biceps. Yes. Yes. Balance the pelvis. Energize your feet toward each other. Reverse warrior, inhale. Maybe sink a little deeper. One more inhale. Bring your hands around. Step back to plank. Chaturanga Vinyasa, modify it as you need to, skip it if you prefer. Downward facing dog, and pause in your breath. Come high to your toes, inhale. Bend your knees, stretch your hips back, and then look where you're going. Walk, step, or jump your feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise up to stand, strong arms. And then draw your hands into your heart. Exhale. Inhale, reach up, rise up. Moving with the breath, exhale. Kneecaps lift, hinge from the hips to forward fold. Halfway up, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Up dog, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels. Exhale, bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold down, exhale. Rise up, inhale. Hands drawn to your heart, exhale. Inhale, rising up. Exhale, bowing forward. Halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Rise, inhale. Downward facing dog, exhale. Inhale, lift your heels, bend your knees, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Exhale, bow down. Rise up, inhale. Exhale, hands to your heart. One more time, inhale, rising up. Exhale, bow forward. Come halfway, inhale. Chaturanga, exhale. Inhale, rise. Downward facing dog, exhale. Bring your knees down to the ground. Walk your hands forward. Lower the forearms down. Bring your palms together and then lift the hands, drop the heart toward the ground. You've got this sort of opposite energy here. You're pushing the elbows down and you're lightly drawing the belly and the front ribs up as you're dropping the heart through. So we're opening up the shoulder girdle, but not just necessarily from the spine. You're actually opening the shoulders, keeping the center strong. So it'd be the equivalent of this versus this, which you can't see if you're forward. Sorry for that demonstration while you're facing the floor. Press down to rise up. Bring your hands back down. Downward facing dog. Pressing back. Right leg back, inhale. Right knee, left tricep, exhale. Inhale back. Right knee, right tricep, exhale. Inhale back. And then exhale, bring your foot between your hands. Crescent pose, rise up. Bend the left elbow, take the hand to the elbow, side bend over to the right. Rise up. Left hand down, right hand to sky, twisting open. Bring this right arm all the way around, both arms overhead. Warrior three, warrior three. If this feels like too much for the arms overhead, you will bring them to your heart or back alongside your body. Sweep the arms back. Either lace your hands or come into reverse prayer. You're gonna roll open, half moon. If you can, you're gonna keep the arms. Reverse warrior, release the arms. Rise up and back. And then bring it around. Pick up your right leg, flip over to wild thing if it feels good. Otherwise, maybe Vashisthasana. And then chaturanga, flow through. Rise. Down dog. Left leg back, inhale. Cross to the right, exhale. Inhale back. Out to the left. Inhale back. Place your foot forward. Crescent pose, rising up. Bend the right elbow. Left hand supports side, bend over to the left. Inhale, rise back up. Right hand down. Left hand to sky. Take this left hand to the back of your mat. Come around, warrior three. Take the arms back behind you, lace the fingers, or come into reverse prayer. And then opening up half moon in the legs. If you can, you're gonna keep the arms. Reverse warrior. Take it back. Yeah. And then bring it around. Plant your hands, sweep this left leg up and back, Vashisthasana or wild thing if it feels okay. Come around, Vinyasa or downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to pause in your breath. And just find the rhythm of your breath. We're gonna do that, because I'm sure you guessed, we're gonna do that like a little bit faster, which means that you don't have to hold some of that tricky stuff. It means the transitions are tricky, but you can also fall out of it and make it look like that's what you were trying to do. So just play with it, have fun, challenge yourself, but be safe. Right leg back, inhale. Cross to the left, exhale. Inhale back. Right leg, right arm. Inhale back. Place your foot forward. Crescent pose, inhale. Bend that left elbow, side bend. Maybe bring the right hand behind your back and take Gomukhasana. Inhale, come back up. Left hand to the ground. Right hand to the sky. Good. Sweep the right arm back. Lifting off, warrior three. Sweep the arms long back behind you. Lace the fingers or reverse prayer. Open up half moon. Reversed warrior, bending the front leg. Reaching back with the leg and then sweeping those arms up and back. Come around, wild thing or Vashisthasana. Chaturanga, exhale. Up, inhale. Down, exhale. Left leg back, inhale. Cross right, exhale. Inhale back. Out to the left. Inhale. Exhale, bring your foot forward. Crescent pose. Bend the right elbow. Hold the elbow and take a side bend, or maybe find Gomukhasana. Come back up. Right hand down, left hand to sky. Take the left arm back and around to rise up, warrior three. Sweep the arms behind the back, lace the fingers, or come to reverse prayer. Half moon. Reversed warrior. Up and back. Bring it around. Wild thing. Right hand, right foot. And then chaturanga. Exhale. Right. Downward facing dog. Take a couple breaths. Yeah, we're gonna do it again. I want you to give your arms some freedom here. Give your shoulders some freedom. Be creative. Really feel the length in the arms. Doesn't have to be pretty, just feel that in your body. Right leg back, inhale. Cross left. Exhale the breath out. Inhale back. To the right, exhale. Inhale back. Exhale, place the foot. Rise to crescent. Bend the left elbow. Lean over to your right. And then left hand down, right hand up. Sweep the arm back to come around. Warrior three. Hands come behind the back. You choose reverse prayer or lace the fingers. Opening up half moon. Reverse warrior. I'm going to come around for wild thing or Vashisthasana. And then chaturanga. Rise. Down dog. Left leg back, inhale. Cross to the right, exhale. Inhale back. Out to the left. Inhale back. Exhale, place your foot forward. Crescent, inhale. Right elbow bends. Side bend over to the left. Come back up, right hand to the floor. Left hand to the sky. Sweep the arm back to come around. Warrior three. Arms come back behind to lace or to come into prayer. Half moon. Reversed warrior. And then wild thing, bring it around. Chaturanga, Vinyasa to downward facing dog. Inhale high to your toes. Bend your knees, look forward, feet to your hands. Halfway, inhale. Fold, exhale. Chair, inhale. Hands into heart. Hips lower than your heart. Hips lower than your heart. Hook your left arm outside your right thigh. We twist to the right. Beautiful. Yes. Maybe open up the arms. Maybe take this right arm behind your back and grab hold of your left thigh. Inhale, come back around to center. Pick up your left foot, standing splits. You can hold this right leg. You can have your hands on the floor, whatever feels good to you in this moment. Lift your heart forward. Pull your gaze forward. Bend your standing leg. Turn the left toes just a smidge open. Step the left foot back. Warrior one. Rising up. Yes. Bend the elbows wide. Bring the hands behind the hips. Lace your fingers. Inhale. Open the heart. Humble warrior. Bowing forward. Pull your heart forward, inhale. Come onto the back toe. Pause. Good, left hand to the floor. Stay up on your back toes, stay up on your back toes. So not classical revolve triangle, straighten the front leg and then twisting open. So both legs are straight, left hand is down, back heel is lifted. Gonna stack your shoulders. And then maybe stack your hands. Fantastic. Yeah. One more inhale. Exhale, bring the arm around, bend the front leg, step back to chair pose, top of the mat, nice and low. Hips lower than your heart. Hands into your heart. Right arm outside your left thigh. Keep lifting the heart as you turn open. Maybe open the arms. Maybe take this left arm behind your back and find your right thigh. Hips down, heart up. Hug the left hip back, pull the heart and the head forward. Come back to chair. Pick up the right leg, standing splits on the left leg. Bending the front knee, stretching this right leg back, off the right foot back, warrior one. So heels to be a little wider than heel to heel, in my opinion. Maybe heel to heel. Rise up. Bring your hands behind your hips, switch the lace of the fingers. Inhale, open, bowing, exhale. Back leg powerfully strong, powerfully straight. Rooting the pinky side of that right foot down. Keeping the big toe and the base of the big toe on the left foot heavy, even as this knee wants to kind of get displaced out to the pinky side. Inhale, pull the heart forward. Come up onto the back toes. Just take a few breaths here. So feel the openness across the chest. Can we keep it? Right hand comes down, left leg straight and stay up on the back toes. Left hand up to the sky. One more inhale. Rebend that front leg, come to chair pose, top of your mat. Sink down, sink down, sink down. Sit down, boat pose. Yes, yes. Maybe the legs extend out. Lift the heart. Back ribs forward to lift up. Bend the knees. Hold the thighs. Don't drop the head down. Don't drop the shoulders down. Side to side right here. Hey, lion, you're not my king, and I don't want your worship. I'm already tall. Hey, lion, you keep your gifts. I've got many of them, and I'm already full. Hey, lion, please save your breath. You've already spoken, and I've heard it. Little higher with the shoulders, a little higher with the shoulders. Let's go. Maybe a little lower with the legs. Don't stop, don't stop. 8, 7, 6. Beautiful. Feet down. Bridge the hips up just a little bit. Bring your hands palm down under your hips. Sit your hips back down on your hands. Stand the legs out. Push into the elbows. Pull the chest open. Pull the shoulders open and then lay back down. So it's that same feeling that you have when you lace the hands behind the hips. We're just sitting or laying on our hands here. Really work those shoulders under. Now, can you start to soften the front ribs? Can you start to soften the belly a little bit? And then can you pull the shoulders open more? Bend your knees, put your feet flat on the floor. Go right from here to bridge pose. Just lace the hands, press up. Knees straight ahead. Just as fickle as a feather in a stream. See, honey, I saw love. You see, it came to me. It put its face up to my face. So for the most part in my class, when we practice this pose, we're in and out in 5 to 8 breaths. We get a little longer hold, and I didn't say it right off the bat. You to just kind of be here without worrying how long you're here for. But I knew right around now you'd start wondering if I was daydreaming. I'm not. We're here. Kind of scan your body, notice your breath. There's something kind of giving up here, something that needs to be working to give you support. Maybe it's the subtle body. Maybe it's not the gross muscles. The ease, letting go of effort. Maybe it's your mind saying, I never hold this pose this long. Why am I still here? You will not see me fall, nor see me struggle to stand, to be acknowledged by calves to shins, shins to calves, a little higher if you've got it. Heart toward your chin. Last breath in, and then release it down with your exhale. Hug your knees to your chest, give yourself a really good squeeze. Very nice. If you're comfortable in happy baby, come into happy baby. We rock a little side to side. Stand the legs up. Take the legs forward, let the legs bring you up into boat pose. Yeah. Very nice. Cross your shin. Come onto your hands and your knees. And then sink back. Just take a little pause here. So I'm going to set us up for headstand prep. That doesn't mean that you ever have to take a headstand. And you can also do dolphin instead because it's the same setup. So you're going to have, you can actually look if you want, hands to biceps. This is the distance apart. Elbows come down. And then without moving your elbows, just bring your hands to lead. And then the work that we've been doing in the shoulder girdle, the wrapping of the triceps back, the biceps spiraling forward, that kind of helps to set the arms in the place that we want them to be. Now here's the thing. You're not on your forehead, you're not on your hairline, you're on the very top of your head, a little bit further back than what you think, because think about how you want to line up. This is like the highest point of my head, right? I want my spine to be here. If you go too far forward, then you're trying to stack your body like this, and that's going to be really horrible on your neck. You do not have to go up. I'm going to say that one more time. You do not have to go up. Set it up. Hands to biceps. Release the hands. Create a cup with your hands. Take the pinky that's on the bottom and just tuck it into the palm so you have a flat foundation with the pinky sides of your hand. Dolphin from here, perfect. If you want to be on your head, if there's any reason not to have any weight on your neck, you'll come into dolphin tucking the toes. Otherwise, take the back of your head, put it into your hands, tuck your toes, and then walk your feet in toward your elbows. So when it's time to come up, usually you just know, and I know I say that all the time, but I swear you just start to feel it. So as you're here in headstand prep with your feet down, you can bend your knees and maybe walk your knees a little closer into your elbows. Doesn't mean your feet have to leave the ground, so that you don't ever have to feel like you're going to fall over. Yeah, ever. And then you push the forearms down into the ground to create space for your ears, for your shoulders. Yeah. If you want to start to feel some of the lifting action, I love these little like headstand crunches. That's kind of what I think of them as. So that you start to just kind of pull the feet up, and then you're doing crunches. Knees to chest. You can also just kind of hold that tuck if you're learning what it feels like. Yeah, really beautiful. 2 more breaths here. And then child's pose, come on down. Child's pose, just receive what you just did. Take the feedback. If it didn't feel good, if you were on your head and it didn't feel good to be on your neck, that's feedback. Some days, headstand does not feel good on my body. It's not my favorite pose, if I'm gonna be totally honest, but I like it when I can find that sweet spot and everything feels good, so I test it. I always test it and give it a little taste, like, let's see, how does this agree with me today? Today it feels pretty good. It feels pretty good today. A few more breaths here. And then back into downward facing dog, please. Inhale, right leg back. Right knee to left elbow or tricep, extend the leg out, fallen triangle, rolling open. Take a few breaths here, maybe top arm overhead. Push into the feet, strengthen the legs. Bring the hand around. Come onto the left toes, sweep this right leg up and back. And then right knee, right tricep. Place your right foot outside of your right hand. And then back knee can stay up or come down. That's going to be a matter of preference for you. If you want to bend the back leg and find your foot, we're going to go there, but you do not have to. You can lower onto your left forearm if it feels good. You can explore this however you want. Energetically pull your right heel, your right foot, and your left knee toward each other. So rather than just kind of collapsing down, think about drawing energy up. Last breath in. You have the foot, release it, bring the right arm all the way around. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, and then walk around for Prasarita Padottanasana. Come halfway up, inhale, and then fold back down. So, you have another shot at headstand here, a different version. Trikonasana 2, tripod. Hands are shoulders distance apart. Elbows are on top of your wrist. And then you're creating a equal side triangle. So that means your forehead, the top of the head, kind of where your forehead is now, if you're lengthened out a little bit, you want to be forward of the hands, not in a straight line. Top of the head comes down, elbows hug in. You can just start practicing there and then start to float the legs up. Elbows hug in. Now use your belly. If you went up, scoop the belly up slowly. Try to hover the feet off the floor. Keep scooping up. And then release the feet down. Pull your heart forward, pull your gaze forward. Turn the right heel in. Triangle, opening here. Option to take a half wrap. Option to take a full wrap. Last inhale. Rebend the front leg, bring your hands around. Step back. Move through Chaturanga Vinyasa, or as always, skip it and go right to down dog if you prefer. And then left leg back, inhale. Cross over to the right, extend the leg out, fallen triangle. Push down into the feet. Yeah. Come back around. Sweep the leg up and back. And then left knee to left tricep, place your foot outside of your hand. Back knee can stay up if you prefer. It can lower down. You can come on your forearms if you want. You can bend the back leg and find your foot. The front foot, back knee draw toward each other. So you're not just collapsing down, you find rising energy. Use this right hand. Last breath in. And then release it around. Tuck the back toes, lift the knee, walk around, Prasarita Padottanasana. Lots of options here. If you want, you can take your first two fingers and your thumbs to your big toes. Inhale, and then exhale, come down. If you want to take another shot at headstand, yeah, go for it. This is your practice. Think about what those words are. This is your practice. You're practicing postures. Repetition is how it becomes normal in your body and how you receive it and how you perceive it. The repetition of your thoughts are important as well. Possibly more important than the physical. Yeah, so any version here, it could be laced hands behind the back. You've got a few more breaths. If you're in a headstand, start to come down slowly. And again, that same thing, control from your center. And hover the feet and then place them down. And everyone come up halfway. Pick up that left heel, turn it in, and triangle. Maybe a half wrap. Maybe a full wrap. Last breath in. Release the hands. This time, step to plank. And then bring your forearms down to the ground for dolphin. And start to walk your feet in toward your elbows. You can lace your hands if you prefer here. You can also just bring your hands into prayer like this and push your forearms down. So there's lots of places to be. There's so many variations in these poses, and very easy for us to get caught and like, well, this is the right way. Yes, there's classical versions of things, but there's hundreds of variations. Find what feels good. It feels a little different when you have the hands in prayer and the arm bones are pushing down into the floor. So you can play with what feels good. If you need a break, you'll take a break. If you're ready, you'll step your left foot in a little closer and you'll take your right leg up. And then maybe you'll just play with that sense of shifting, the same sense we had when we were in headstand prep. And maybe with that leg up, you start to push from the bottom foot. Maybe not. Yeah. Really good. Come down into child's pose. Beautiful. If you're balanced, you can stay up. You don't have to come down. I want to ruin your vibe if you're holding steady up there. Take a few breaths here. So keeping a cool, calm head as we head into these inversions helps us to be there with some sanity and not just throwing ourselves off the cliff and hoping our parachute opens. Come back into dolphin. Maybe start to walk the feet in. If it's okay, this left leg is going to come up. And then maybe you just start to shift by bending this right leg more and maybe coming forward a little. Pushing the forearms down. And you can just take little hops here. And see what catches hold. You have to keep pushing the forearms down. Try not to collapse into them. Push the floor away. Yeah. So you're getting a broadness across the upper back and across the collarbone. Well done. If you're flying high, you can hang in there. If you are ready to come out, back into child's pose, breathe here. And then if you're okay sitting on your shins, you're gonna come back here just like we started. If you need to sit cross-legged or any other way, fantastic. I am, yes, turning my back on you just for a moment. Arms come up, just like we started. Bending both elbows. Make the arms as long as they can go to come around. This time, maybe you actually find that you get a little bit further. It's not about taking the class. It's about just seeing how much space we can create. Couple more rounds. Yeah. Yeah, you look amazing. You can also be up here if this is better on your knees. Just said that sooner. Good. Come onto your back when you're ready. Come onto your back. So this movement, especially this upper arm, this is going to help you with Urdhva Dhanurasana if you want it. If you don't want it, that's fine too. But it's this wrapping rotation, and you don't have to have it when you set the pose up. You can take the elbows wide, come up, but then you want to try to find it as you're up. Same rotation we have in downward facing dog. All the same. So bridge pose or upward facing bow, you choose. Inhale, rise up. Last inhale. Down, exhale. Take a second. What are you feeling? The pose is making you anxious. Take a couple breaths extra. Consider changing it or changing your approach to it, your attitude toward it. Setting up, bridge, upward facing bow, rise up. Maybe pick up your heels. And then next exhale, release it down. Pause. Your wrists need a little stretch to circle, and we're gonna go one more time. Optional, everything's optional. If you don't wanna take it back up, you'll just stay and breathe. When you're ready, inhale, rise. Maybe walk the feet out a little bit away from your hands, and then straighten the legs and push the heart through the gateway of the arm. You took the feet out, bring them back in, and then elbows bend to release down. Take the feet wide, drop your knees into each other. Bring your hands to your hip points in the front. Connect to your breath. Held my waist to your own, danced all night and kissed me slow. Morning comes. Bring the feet closer to each other. Cross your right ankle on your left thigh. Keep your hands on your hips, and then notice how things shift. For me, my right hip drops down, my left hip lifts up, my sacrum's all crooked in the back. Find your center. So sometimes that means the knee is up away from the floor more than you think. And then open the knee. Keep the hips solid. You don't have to change this at all. If this feels good and this awareness is benefiting you, stay here. If you want, we're going to thread the needle, but you're going to put so much care into not moving these hips. Good. You'll lift up and then stretch. Now use the connection of the hands against that left leg to draw the shoulders open, to draw the chest open.
My world stops when you look at me. When you look at me. I really hope that you don't leave like ordinary people. But a fool could see that you would never be in love.
And then release the left leg back down if it's up. Put the right foot back on the floor, pause in the center, set it up the same way, bring your hands to your hip point. Notice balance, ease, neutral spine, kind of knit those hips together. So like I'm physically taking my hands across my belly and like pulling the fingertips together. Imagine that your abdominals can do that. Stabilizing muscles here can do that. Pick up the left leg, cross on the opposite side, and then notice right away if things shifted, especially if that knee just drops off to the side, then that right hip's going to lift up, your left hip's going to dip down, and now you're twisted. Your pelvis is twisted, and also probably twisted and shortened, like on the sides. Does that make sense? Root down. Find your center. You don't have to move from here, but you can. Lifting up. Threading the needle.
Don't leave like ordinary people. But a fool could see that you would never be in love as deep, and it tears me apart.
Last breath in. And then carefully release the leg back down. Both of them down. Soles of the feet come together, knees drop open. Inhale long. Exhale full. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Take your hands to your thighs, draw the knees back in, draw your knees into your chest. First two fingers and thumb, take your big toes, happy baby. And then if it feels good, extend the legs all the way out or anything in between, straightening the legs to any degree. Might not be all the way straight on your body. Okay, bring the legs back into center. Cross your right leg on top of your left, drop the knees over to the left, take your right arm out to the right side. Feel your breath. You did almost a whole hour of breathing. How does it feel? As it enters, as it leaves. Back through center. Uncross, recross, twist. Come back through center. If it feels okay to you today and you have some wall space available, we're going to finish the practice with legs up the wall. Classical Shavasana or seated meditation is wonderful. You don't have to come with me unless you really want to. So sideways to the wall, flip it up. And your hands can either rest at your side. If you feel comfortable, you can bring a hand to your belly, a hand to your heart. And just start to quiet the breath. Quiet your body. Quiet your need to control things. And instead foster a sense of trust, openness, surrender. And just see where you go. Start to bend your knees. Roll to your right side. Give yourself a moment there. And then pressing down, rise up seated. Your eyes stay soft or closed if it's okay. Sit comfortably. Bring your hands into your heart. Notice how you feel. Physically, how's your body? Mentally, the quality of your thoughts. Emotionally, your relationship to yourself and to this practice. In the repetition of postures and of thoughts, of breath, healthy habits that we grow in this practice. And we grow in ourselves. Inhale, draw tall. Exhale, bow your mind to your heart. Rise with your inhale. So thankful you're here. Thanks for practicing with me today. Namaste.